It's interesting where Spurs are at the moment because Jose has got them into a final, but they're not that far off top four. We know that, but they are sixth currently in the Premier League. If Spurs do win the League Cup and they finish outside the top four, Jose personally, when he goes home and he shuts the door, will he look back at the season and think it was a success or not?
There's always you always want a trophy, of course you do, but the club the size of Spurs and the size of the stadium and the players they've got and the manager they've got, not to finish in the top four will be perceived as a failure. It's the League Cup. No disrespect. It's not elite. It's not an elite cup.
No.
And that's what he prides himself on. Look, he's a trophy pig, and he'll take any trophy that comes along. He'll want more than that. He'll want the FA Cup. He'll want the Europa League. He'll want the lot. He won't settle at that. But he's playing with a handbrake up at the moment.
That's a great description.
He plays the second half.
But I've seen it at my club. You've seen it at your club.
He plays with a handbrake, but more so now than ever I saw at Chelsea, ever I saw at United, because he doesn't trust I don't think he trusts his defence. I don't think he trusts them as a unit defensively, and therefore you see the handbrake come in. Has anyone seen José Mourinho?
Another game where Spurs dominate, they take the lead, and they just can't get over the line. What's wrong?
No. It's the hunger to go and search for that second goal, isn't it? The desire to go and get that second goal, to kill the game off. And there is a fear of... And let's talk about Fulham, because I've seen a lot of Fulham, as everyone knows, but a lot of Fulham. I've watched them closely this year. They are a decent side.
Yep.
Their league position...
They're good to watch, aren't they?
They are.
Eye.
They're easy on the eye. They like to play a brand of football that Scotty Parker has managed to get across. But there's some really good players in this Fulham side, really good players. And I'm pretty sure Jose would not have underestimated them, because he would have done his due diligence and made sure that he would have told them. But this Fulham side have shown against Liverpool. You know, they were desperate and lucky not to have won that game. They were superb in that game. And they've shown recently, Fulham, that they are a side that's growing, evolving into a tough nut to crack. And to even at 1-0, even, you know, I felt, the way the first half went, I felt that Fulham would perhaps expose themselves defensively, and Spurs would take advantage of that, because Fulham love to attack. They go forward, they throw their fullbacks wide, and I just felt the Spurs eventually would deal with that, because they're a solid side normally, Spurs. It just takes one moment. It was a brilliant cross from Lookman. I'm not quite sure. Whenever you see
in fact, both crosses for both goals were fantastic.
Spurs goals was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But they leave the door open, Spurs. They give you a chance. And Scotty Parker would have been saying at half-time, we're in this game still. We're still in it. And the longer the Spurs don't get that second goal, and just before, 2 or 3 minutes before, Son hits the post, if he scores that, it's all over. The game is dead and buried, and they take the 3 points. So it's small margins. But when those sort of things happen, you do, as a Spurs fan, you'll be going, oh, God, we're still only 1-0 up. And Fulham fans would have felt, we're still in it. We've still got a chance. And credit to Fulham, Spurs have got a habit now of not holding on to those slender leads. And it's not always easy, especially in the Premier League. But they invite Spurs. You feel that they give you a chance. They're just going to allow you. They don't kill the game off, and they leave the door open. And all that time that you feel like that, you grow in confidence. And do you know what? Fulham deserved it.
Let me ask you. I saw Jamie O'Hara tweet moments ago. He says, I can't understand. We're playing Sissoko out wide on the right. We've got Bale, we've got Moura, and we've got Lamela on the bench. Are you surprised that A, you went with that selection, and B, more importantly, Gareth Bale again on the bench? Sissoko,
Jose loves. He works his tail off. Jose looks for just more than what they can give you as an attacking force. Jose looks at Sissoko as an all-round player. He plays him nearly every. He plays him nearly every game. And normally he plays him in slightly more central. But that team is set up. It's a Jose type of team. And you've got Son. Son really and Kane are the ones that break forward. I know Sissoko can, but Sissoko does a great job defensively. He works so hard, and that ticks a lot of boxes for Jose. But when you need a goal, and I said this the other day, the Gareth Bale signing is, when you're in a game like this, surely isn't that what Gareth Bale was coming for? When you bring him on with 10 minutes to go. Okay, he hasn't started, fine. I know he's had injuries, but come on, is this not the type of game that you bring a player in from Real Madrid to change? I think again, this tells you a little bit more about Gareth Bale at Spurs at the moment. There's something not quite right. That for me, why not put him on? Why that doesn't explain anything to me.
Do we now not consider Spurs as a side that can win the Premier League this season? Is that it? Are they done? They're 6 now. They're on 30 points.
I think the way this league
they're 6 points off United. Go on, sorry.
The way this league is and the way that it's gone, it doesn't take a lot for you to drop, or it doesn't take you much to climb. So where could Spurs have gone today? Third.
They would have gone
third.
Joint second. Oh no, sorry, 2 more points. Joint third.
Third, right? Let's say joint third, right? Where are they now? 6.
Yeah.
So that tells you it's not going to take much for Spurs to drop down the table by a couple of places if they keep dropping silly points, and it won't take much for them to climb the table if they manage to turn those draws. Palace, Wolves, and today. Okay, 6 points there. They could have. They took the lead in those games, and tactically decided that was enough to win the game and hold on. And I've said it before, José doesn't trust the way that he set his team up. He knows he doesn't have the best defence in the world. He doesn't have the best players in the world, but he's tactically set them up to negate the frailties they have, so that they are hard to break down. But you know what? They're not the best side in the world, and that's why teams manage somehow to find a way. Palace did it, Wolves did it, and now Fulham did it. And all the games that I've seen, all of those games, the teams deserve something out of it, because Spurs didn't put them to bed.